don't know how you got to me or where you're from, but I'm so glad that you're here to learn from me. I'm Mindy Stern, and today I'm going to talk about commandment number 1 for successful self-employed superwomen. When in doubt, choose your family. So the discussion I want to have today is really about how you can be a successful self-employed superwoman and still be a supermom and still have time for your family. I don't know about you, but my experience with myself and with the clients that I work with is that it's a struggle. It's a struggle to be a supermom, to be available to your family all the time, and also to create a job. A lot of times when people go out, when women go out to be self-employed, I think their motivation is very different from that of men. I think the motivation is primarily to free up time so that the woman could be more available for her family, for her kids. It's really the dream. It's the reason why, because we want to have careers, we want to contribute to society, we want to earn income, but we also want to give to our families and give to our children especially. So we open up our own business, thinking we'll be our own boss, we can set our own agenda, we'll have more time to grow as an individual, we'll be able to deal with what we love to deal with, and we'll be able to have more time for our children. But when you make that switch, make that transition, a lot of times what happens is that you need a lot of time to develop a business. You need to invest a lot of time and a lot of energy in making it happen, in getting clients, in making new products, in finding your way to market, into marketing, into giving service to the people that you want to serve. It takes a lot of time to build it. And when you're investing a lot of time in this, you're saying, okay, I have a lot of time I'm investing in this, but where's the time for the children? So you're spending a lot of hours. It's not like a 9-to-5 job when you have a boss and a salary coming in that you go to work, 4:30, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, you're out of the office and you're back at home and you can invest time in your children. When you're self-employed, you really don't know how the day is going to progress and what you're going to need to do and what your time constraints are going to be. So you don't really have, especially at the beginning, the time that you wanted to be with your children. Now, I'd like to hear if anyone, please raise your hand if this is true for you. If you find that that's your experience, please raise your hand. Please write it in the comments to say, yes, I understand what you're talking about, Mindy. I, too, wanted to go and be self-employed so I can invest more time with my children, but I'm having to invest a lot of time in my business to get it up and running. Another thing that I find with a lot of my clients, and it was true for myself also when I was starting out, is that, the income isn't so steady. Some months are good months and some months are bad months, and still you got to bring home the bacon. So it's a little bit of a struggle for us to want to bring that money home. So what do we have to do? We have to give more. We have to invest more time. We have to invest more resources. We have to invest more energy in our business so that we can make ends meet. We need that money to come in, and when money is coming up and down and it's not yet steady, there's a big struggle. Okay, what do? I want to invest in my family, but I really need to bring home the money. So what do? I have to invest in my business, and it's a big, big struggle. Again, raise your hands if this is true for you, if you find it true in your life, and write in the comments. I'd like to see those comments. Another thing that I'm finding a lot, and I'll tell you from my own experience, is that you're working, you're getting in a routine, you have products that you're offering, you're having clients you want to meet, you're doing marketing, you're really doing the best you can to develop your business and getting the word out there and starting to generate income from your business. And then what happens? One day you get a text message from your kid's coach saying that they have to reschedule the football practice today. And it happens to fall on a time when you're supposed to meet with clients. So what do? Oh, God, I remember that so well. Or let's say that your daughter already comes home. Your daughter comes home. She says, Mommy, on this Friday, I have a recital in the morning, a dance recital, and all the parents are coming. And you're saying to yourself, oh, my God, I have a conference that I'm going to be on stage. I'm going to be presenting at the conference. What do I do? My daughter has a recital. She has 2 recitals all year. Am I going to miss that? Can I give up on the conference? What do I do? And the pressure just seems to grow. How about those parent-teacher meetings? They come up also a lot of times as a surprise, a parent-teacher meeting. The teacher wants to meet you in the evening, but in the evening you have a class. You're giving a class. You're with a client. You have an obligation from your business. And what do you do? Do you tell your kid, I can't go to the parent-teacher meeting when all the other parents are going in that time? Do you reschedule when it's convenient for you? How does that make you feel as a mom, and a business owner, when you get to those situations where you're torn? between making your business grow and investing your time and earning a living and giving to your family what you want to give to your family, what they deserve. I mean, the reason why you became self-employed is to give to them. So how does that make you feel when you get to those situations? I know for myself, it made me feel really stressed out, really under pressure. And I wasn't living the dream either in my work, when I was building my work, building my business, or either at my home with giving to my kids that I wanted to give. So today what I want to do is I want to help you not feel the pressure. I want to help you manage that balance between being a super self-employed superwoman or a successful self-employed superwoman and being a super mom, so that you are living the dream also in your business and also as a parent. So what I'm going to talk about today are basically, I'm going to divide into 3 different sections. The first section is I'm going to share with you 3 techniques that I have for managing your time better, being able to choose your family and grow your business. The second section, I'm going to talk about 3 different beliefs that you may have that are not supporting you, that you need to work on them, that you might change them in order to be able to, yes, grow your business and choose your family. And the third thing I'm going to talk about is 3 different behaviors that you have to adopt in order to make it consistent, make it happy for you, and reduce the pressure. So your kids feel and your family feel that they're getting the support. You feel that you're giving all that you can, and you're able to grow your business the way that you want to grow your business. So how does that sound? Are you ready? Let's go. Oh, I must tell you all that I'm really very excited to be here, and I'm really quite nervous for the first live training that we're having here on this new page that I've created. So thank you for being with me. Thank you for your patience, and thank you for letting me share this all with you. So let's go. The techniques. What do I want to say first? I want to say first technique I want to share with you is schedule your family time into your diary and be true to your schedule. Now we have another commandment that says be true to your schedule, so we'll talk about that more in depth on how to do that, but just the principle involved. Your family is really important, and it's not important just when a dance recital comes up or just when there's a change in the soccer schedule, the football schedule. Your family is important for you all the time, every day, and 24 hours a day. So what you should do is you should really use your diary, use your calendar, use Google Diary, use a handwritten diary, whatever's convenient for you, your phone diary, and schedule time in to be with your family. That is the time. By hook or by crook, it doesn't really matter what's happening in the world. That is the time that you are going to spend with your family. And you have to be very, very true to your calendar. And I'll give you an example from my life. You know, I talked about the football practice. Well, my son plays football, and that is a very, very big part of his life. He plays football 5-6 times a week. So he has 4 practices, 1 private practice, and a soccer and a football game on Saturdays. So it's a big investment of time for him and for me as his mom, especially since I'm a single mom, and it's all on me. It's all on me. So anyway, my son has practice, or has had practice, at 4:30 every day, from 4:30 to 7:30. So it is in my calendar. You see it blocked off in my calendar that I am, well, now he drives so he can take himself, but before then, that I am obligated to take him. And nothing happens. I don't schedule meetings. I don't schedule phone calls. I don't schedule learning. I don't schedule anything other than taking my son to soccer practice. That's it. So it's from his soccer practice at 4, so from 3:30 to 7, because that's the time it takes me to take him and then pick him up and bring him back home, so I'm readily available. That is blocked off. That doesn't matter what really happens when I'm working on my schedule and making new appointments and creating conferences and seminars and meetings with my clients, whether it be face-to-face or whether it be online. That time is blocked off and nothing for work happens. A matter of fact, I can use that time because I don't need to stay there during all the practice. I can use that time to do mommy things or me things, because I have an hour off while he's in practice, or an hour and a half, that I can concentrate on myself, wind down, maybe think, maybe write, a lot of different things. And I use that time well to my advantage, but my son knows that he can count on me. So it's scheduled into my diary. There's nothing more than that. And if there's a time, if you want to have dinner every day with your family, or lunch, maybe they come home from school early and they're not in aftercare and you want to have lunch with them, put it in your diary. And then be very, very faithful to your diary. And again, we're going to talk about this later. I think it's commandment number 3 is be relentlessly true to your diary. We'll talk about techniques and how you can do that. But that's the first thing you do. You want to make sure that your family feels loved and supported all the time, not just when something comes up and then you're in this situation, okay, what do I choose? No, make sure you have family time planned in your diary every week, that you know what's going to happen and your kids know it's going to happen, and it creates, and your husband knows what's going to happen, and your parents maybe, and your sisters, because your family does not necessarily mean just your children. It could be expanded. But then it's very clear about the expectations also. You've put yourself in, you've obligated yourself, and your family also knows what to expect from you. So there's clear settling of your expectations from both sides, and then everyone feels supported and you feel that you're giving, and you don't have that pressure, oh, my family, oh, my business, oh, my family, oh, my business. No, it's clear to you also, and you're feeling that your family is super important, and you've made the time for that. Okay, the next technique I'm going to talk to you about is this. Here, plan well in advance. If there's a special event, block it out in your diary. Very important. The planning actually gives you flexibility. If you're planning your days and your weeks and your month and your year well, then you have the flexibility to do a lot of things around your planning. So plan well in advance. If you know that there is a parent-teacher meeting going to be in 3 weeks from now, 4 weeks from now, a month from now, put it in your diary. Block out that time. And it could be at a time when generally you meet with clients, or generally you have a learning session, or generally you have a product presentation. But you know well in advance so that you can arrange your schedule or reschedule the things that will happen in the future. Okay, plan well in advance. I'll give you another example from my life. My son is in 12th grade. He graduates from high school this year. And I want to give a live seminar in June. Okay, in June of this year. So I'm thinking about it, and I really want to give it. I'm looking at the dates that are convenient for me as far as work goes. However, what's important to me, in June, my son graduates from high school. There is no way that I am going to miss the opportunity to celebrate with him his high school graduation. So the first thing I did when I started to think about my schedule in June is, now we're in March. I spoke with my son. I said, okay, let's check and see what the schedule is for June. When is your graduation? When are the parties? What obligations are there in school? So that I can be fully present for him at a special time in his life. And then I can arrange my schedule around that so that I can give the seminar, the 2-day seminar that I want to give, where I want to give it, and not affect him. So it's a win-win for me and for him. And continue to do this. Don't just think about what's going to happen this week, next week, 3 weeks from now, a month from now. Think further out. You know, if you can get to a point where you can schedule the big chunks, the big rocks of your business a year in advance, then you are super set. Super set. Then you'll have the time and the flexibility to be present at work and make your work grow. Be present for your family and give them the support and the love and the attention that they need, that you need as a parent to give them. You know, it's also for your self-fulfillment that you're available for your family. And then if it's planned well in advance, you can always make the necessary adjustments and changes that you need without putting pressure on it, without feeling that you're giving less to either side. Okay, the next, this is it. The next thing I want to talk to you, a technique I want to talk to you about is, okay, if something comes up unexpected, rearrange your schedule. Yes, it sounds interesting, huh? It sounds also challenging. What, if I have a meeting or a conference, I'm going to rearrange my schedule so that I can go to the dance recital of your daughter? Yeah, sometimes you need to do that. Sometimes it happens. But if you do technique number 1, which is schedule your family time all the time, technique number 2, which is planning well in advance, then there'll be very, very few things that happen that are unexpected that you'll have to actually really change your schedule. Okay? Now, I will say this with a caveat. Not always you can change your schedule. For example, I talked about the dance recital. I had a conference, a live conference that I invited people to come to on a Friday morning. And 2 weeks before the conference, which I was promoting it already 3 months prior, my daughter says to me, Mommy, we have a dance recital on that Friday. there was really nothing I can do. I couldn't reschedule it. So I worked with my daughter to see how I can support her in any event, even though I can't make it to the recital. So someone went to a recital and took videos of the whole thing. I would ask the teacher if I can come to a class and sit in on the class so I can see what they do in the class, and to make it up for her. So not always you're able to do it, but I would guarantee you that if you manage your time well, that 99% of the time when something unexpected comes up, you'll be able to rearrange your schedule, and everyone on the other side of the spectrum that you're rearranging will be okay with that. You won't have a problem with that, and it'll really be okay. But remember, it's conditional. That technique 1, that you plan consistently for your family, technique 2, that you plan well in advance, have to be in place in order for technique number 3 about rescheduling, that will actually work for you. Now, rescheduling, I think, is harder on us as business people than it is on our clients. We don't like to do that. It's not professional to do it a lot. That is true and absolute. However, if it happens infrequently and you have good communication and good rapport with your clients, it can be done. And it also sets your priorities, because when in doubt, choose your family. Your family is with you forever, and they need you forever. And your client and your business, they can be fixed, yeah. But your family can't. You know, if you hurt someone in your family, you hurt them, and that hurt stays with them for a long time, if not for forever. Okay, so don't do it often. You don't have to reschedule often, especially if you're well organized and using your diary the way, or your calendar the way you're supposed to. Then there really won't be a problem. You won't have to schedule so much in advance. But no, I think the first decision when you make in business, you know, and that's why I put commandment number 1 is, when in doubt, choose your family. You have to make the decision with yourself that you are going to choose your family. And then everything else is really clear. It's just a matter of how you're going to do it and how you're going to do it in the best way possible. But the decision is clear. You're going to choose your family, and that makes you feel good and them feel good. And it doesn't make your business being, you don't have to sacrifice yourself and your family for your business, which is, I think, very difficult for a woman. I mean, I know a lot of men who sacrifice their home life for their businesses because they need that kind of growth. But I think that with us, especially super women, you know, super women who want to be super moms and super business people, I think that the win-win has to be the thing that we're looking for, that balance, that being number 1 and giving in our work and in our home has to be equally fulfilling, equally satisfying, equally empowering, and one cannot be on the place of the other. Okay, now we're going to move over to the next section. I want to talk with you a little bit about 3 beliefs that I think that most women have in business that do not help them make these decisions about choosing your family first in business. Okay, again, when I say choose your family, I want your business to grow and your family to grow. Okay, just when in doubt, choose your family. If you have a good family life, you make sure you have a good family life all the time. So the things I want to talk about, the beliefs that I want to talk about is, I should have done this a little differently. Let's say if I do this. Wait. Yes. Okay, the belief is you need to work hard for your money. Okay, you need to work hard for your money. As I mentioned before, that's true. You know, us being self-employed people, our income goes up, goes down, goes sideways. You know, sometimes there's a lot, sometimes there's none. It could be very, very frustrating, especially when you're building a business and trying to get that ramp up. But you don't have to work hard for your money. Don't work hard for your money. We'll talk about this also later in one of our commandments. What you need to do is you need to work smart. Okay? Work smart. I say it quite a few times when I talk about in the commandments, and some response that we've gotten in the 10 commandments of the successful self-employed superwoman. You need to focus on the things that are going to bring you the most benefit in your business. It's really easy to get, look at Facebook and all the comments and likes, and to look at your email and to talk with colleagues. But what you really need to be doing in your business to be most effective is generating profit and income, moving your business forward all the time. Be smart. Be smart in the work that you do so that you're most effective and it won't eat up all of your resources of time. Because when you're in your business, you want to be smart, dedicated, focused on what you're working on so it makes your business grow, so it generates more income, okay? And all the other stuff that's not supportive, that doesn't bring you to your goals, to your business and your financial goals, you can leave it on the wayside and you can do other things to get them done also. I'm not saying don't do them, but your main focus needs to be on the big things that move your business and yourself and your income forward. So be smart. Don't work hard. You don't have to work hard. You don't have to work 12 hours, 14 hours, 18 hours a day in order to create a successful business. What you do is in the hours that you choose to work, that you work smart and effective. That's the first belief. The second belief, again, I'm going to do this next time. I'm going to do this a little different. This is a big belief of a lot of super women. If you want something done right, do it. Do it yourself. That works. Do it yourself. Okay? Not true. We are very smart people, and we know how to work really hard, and we know how to be very effective, and we know how to get things done. But other people do also. Okay? And other people will do it right. It's very interesting. I think in all successful people and all entrepreneurs, not just women, but we think that we need to do it. We're the ones that can do it the best. We can do it the fastest. We can do it the best way, the most effective way. And it's simply not true. Okay? And you know what? Even if the person we can delegate, yes, delegate to, even if that person isn't 100% like we would do it, it could be that it's good enough. And it'll get the job well just as effectively. Might be a little bit different, but sometimes that's okay. And we need to be able to give up all that control that we desire so much some of the times. Give it up a little so that we can be more effective. Let people do, here, that's the word. Instead of doing it right yourself, outsource. Let other people, who are qualified, of course, who support you, who do the work well, let other people do it. So this way, when you're in your business, you can be focusing on moving your business forward and generating more money and outsourcing all the other little things that are needed, but are not the most effective for you for your time, so that your time is freed up and you can spend more time with your family. That's what you need to do, okay? So you don't need to do everything by yourself. That's a belief that we have, that we can change that belief. You can also outsource. Do it in a way that's good for you, that you can manage it, that you don't feel that you have to micromanage the person on the other side. But yes, that's it. You need to be able to do what's important, free up your time for the other things that are important, like your family, okay? And let other people help you out to grow your business. Again, also they need to be doing things that are going to help you grow your business, okay? They also need to be effective. Let's see, what's the third belief? Yeah, your third belief. I wonder how this is going to work. It's kind of, okay. I need to be flexible to meet my customers' needs. How many of you believe that? Raise your hands right here in the comments. How many of you believe that the customer comes first all the time? I know you do. Everyone believes that because we're taught that. Also, when you learn marketing, the customer is always right. The customer comes first, which is true. Which is true. A lot of times you want your customers to be happy. You want to give them the best service that you can possibly give them. You want them to come back to you and be returning customers. Satisfaction is true. You want them to succeed in whatever they're doing. The customers are very, very important. But at the end of the day, you're the boss. Okay, you're the boss, and you've built your own business in a way that it supports you, who you are, what your lifestyle is. You are the boss. So when I say I don't want you to be rude and unsupportive of your customers, God forbid, that's not what I want you to do. However, I want you to set your schedule when it's good for you. These are the times of the day that I work, period. So you want an appointment with me, you want to meet with me, you want a phone call with me? Great. It's this day, at this hour, and this hour. And it's set. And beyond that, you don't work. Now, I'm not saying you can't be flexible, and if there's an emergency that comes up, you can take care of the emergency. If you can, if it doesn't come on top of other things that you're obligated to do at the same time, then that's great. But your default needs to be, this is my schedule, this is when I work, and this is when I'm going to be able to give you 100% of me, of my product, of my time, of my support to dear customer. If you're always running around and trying to make sure that you're doing things when your customer wants you to do it, speaking to them on the phone when they want you to speak with them on the phone, meeting with them when they want you to meet with them, you'll be stressed out. You won't be prepared the way you should be prepared, and your mind will be on a lot of different things. I can give you an example. I have a client that I work with who's a masseuse. She gives massages for a living. She has a clinic in a country club where she rents out, and people in the country club and also outside people can come and visit her. She also has a clinic in her apartment where she can give treatments in her apartment, and also she has a mobile bed. Okay, and what she finds herself for many, many years doing is running around. She goes to the country club for her clients there on a per appointment basis, so she can find herself going back and forth 2-3 times a day. And when their client calls and wants her to go over their house, she jumps and she looks at her schedule, and whatever time they want her to come, if her schedule is open, she comes. If it's not open, she finds a time that's open and she comes. And then she has customers coming to her house when they want to come. And it doesn't matter if her kids are home, her kids are not home, what's good for the customer. She makes the appointments whenever the customer wants to meet her. So she's very, very available to her customers. But she's available to her customers at the detriment of her life and her home life. So she has no schedule. She comes and goes in meetings, so she can have an hour free and then a half hour free between meetings, and she can run from one meeting to the other meeting, so it affects her health and her own well-being. It's just totally not acceptable. Totally not acceptable. What we worked on together is what she did is she created office hours. So there are 2 mornings a week, because that's all she needs, according to we counted the number of clients she has at the country club. 2 mornings a week, she is working at the country club. That's it. 2 mornings a week, she is working at home, because that's what the clients who want to meet with her at home want to meet with her generally in the morning. And then she has 2 afternoons during the week where she is available to go to the client's home. Okay? And she's worked it out. She knows exactly what her schedule is, and also her clients. When they call up to make an appointment, she gives them blocks of time. Their choices are between those hours that she set up for herself. Her life is so much better now, so much more organized now. She has more time with her children. She loves to learn. She loves to grow and learn. She has more time to study, and she's not conflicted anymore. She knows exactly when she's working, how she's working, so she can have work time, me time, and family time, and not feel the pressure about running around from place to place all day long like a cat chasing its tail. It gives her quality of life, her family quality of life, and her clients clear and straight expectations about when they're going to meet with her. And then, more than that, when she's with her clients, she's 100% focused, because she does not have to think about how she is going to manage her time to get to her next meeting. So it's win-win-win in this area. You just really need to make your schedule according to how you want to do it. We'll talk about another commandment that we have, is that you commit to the amount of time that you want to work. And that's it. And you don't work a minute more. So this is all part of the same concept, that you decide. You're the boss. You decide when you're going to work and how you're going to work. And once you decide that and it's clear, you'll see that the clients that come to you, you'll fill up those times much better because it's clearer. You'll fill up your times and you'll have more clients coming to you. And like with this client that I was talking about, now she has a waiting list. Isn't that great? Don't you all want waiting lists in your business to see how you can grow them? I wish it for you all. Okay, so we've spoken about now 3 techniques. We've spoken about 3 beliefs. And now I want to talk to you about 3 new behaviors that you can adopt in your life, in your work life today, that'll free you up to be able to put your family first. Okay? And I spoke about them in and out of the this training session itself. So the first one is plan forward. Okay? Maybe that's the second one. Plan forward. Think about it. And this is true for a lot of different things in your life, not just freeing up your time. It's true also for your money and for your goals and for your business. When it's not for no reason that people ask you, business coaches, mentors, they ask you, where do you want to be in a year from now? Where do you want to be in 5 years from now? Some even ask you where you want to be in 10 years from now. People look forward. Start planning forward, not from day to day to day. Plan forward as far as you can go. If it's a month right now, that's the farthest you can go, then do that. If you can make a 6-month plan, idea of what your obligations are during that time, do that now. If you could do it for a year, that is the best, because then everything is very, very clear about your expectations, about your schedule. Look forward. Plan your business forward. Plan your time forward. Okay? Don't look at the short term, because then you're always going to be in a struggle to make ends meet, whether it's the time you have with your business or your money, etc. Okay, that's the first behavior. Start thinking forward. The next behavior that I think is very important that you start to develop is put everything in your calendar, in your diary. Okay, write it down. And again, I don't care if you use Google Diary, if you use a notepad diary, if you use your telephone diary or iPad diary, or it doesn't matter. If you have a calendar that you see the whole calendar and you write in what you're going to be doing during the days, but use a calendar, use a diary. It's so important. You don't need to remember anything in your head. Have it all written down. I had a professor in college, a history professor, that all he taught me, and he taught me a lot, but the most important thing that he taught me was to know the sources, where you can find out the information. And your diary is the most important place for you to get information about you and your life and your family's life. Put it in your diary. Get used to that. Everything. Even if you want to take a lunchtime, put it in your diary. You want exercise, put it in your diary. Time with your kids, put it in your diary. Dinner, put it in your diary. Okay? You want to take a nap. I have a mentor that I used to work with. He likes to take a nap in the afternoons. Very successful man, by the way, but he naps every afternoon. He has it in his diary. He writes it in his diary. And this way he doesn't schedule on top of that, or doesn't have his assistant schedule on top of that by mistake. It's set, it's written. Use your diary. Have it be your most valued resource, because I will tell you, time is the only resource in the world that you cannot regenerate. You can make more money, okay? And you can have more fitness, you can have more friends, but you cannot have more time. Once you have used that last minute, it's gone. It will never ever be replenished. So if you want to do yourself a favor, your business a favor, and your family a favor, start managing your time. Your time is your most precious resource. So write everything down in your calendar. And finally, the last behavior, and I know it's tricky, especially for successful self-employed superwomen. It's very tricky. You are the boss, and you set the agenda. Okay, this is a behavior pattern. This is something you need to believe in. Keep it in mind, and know you are the boss. You decide. You decide how you want to work. You decide when you want to work. If you are satisfied, then your clients will be satisfied. Then your products will be much better presented, work much better. You'll be more thorough in your job. You are the boss. The clients are important, but you need to bring to your business the clients that are most supportive of you being the boss, of your agenda. Okay, you cannot help everybody in the world. So you might as well help those people who speak to you and to your agenda. You set the rules, you set the expectations, and the clients will come. Those clients who understand it will come. I promise you. But you need to be very, very clear on what's important for you and how you want to work. So when I say you are the boss, it also frees you up for that decision about, when in doubt, choose your family. Because when your client is the boss, or your clients or your future clients or your expectation from your clients is the boss, you can't choose your family. You have to choose your job. You have to choose your business. You have to choose the client. But no, you are the boss. You can choose your family. You can set up your time. You can set up your agenda. You can be flexible when you need to be flexible for something that is more important, so you could live your values. If your values support a family, yeah, then you need to create a business environment, a culture in your business, an expectation in your business, which allows you to do that, okay? You are the boss, and you're a good boss, okay? And be good to yourself. Be a good boss to yourself, as well as to your employees or your outsourcing or to your customers. Choose you a lot of time to live the dream, okay? And in order to live this dream of the successful self-employed superwoman, you need to have rules, you need to have expectations, you need to have plans in order to free you up to be who you want to be. So that's it for today. I hope that you enjoyed. I hope that you learned. I'd like to read now your comments down below on what you think, what you take from this training, what you're going to implement in your life, and what your expectations are for the future. It was really, really great being with you. I love you all. To your success. I here am dedicated to you, to your success, your personal success, your business success, and your financial success. Have a great day.